All right, boys, here we are. We're going to be talking about game number five. Five? Columbus Blue Jackets? I think it's five. Anyway, it was Rangers versus Blue Jackets. Rangers lose again by a score of 1-3. Third goal was an empty net. And now the Rangers fall to 1-4. I'm actually recording this video. This is a back-to-back. I'm recording it on Saturday, and they're playing the Devils right now, and they're losing. So um, it looks like they may go 1-6, or 1-5. Yeah, 1-5. So that wouldn't be good. Anyway, so this game, Kevin Hayes scores after taking a penalty, comes out of the box, takes a dumb turnover by the Blue Jackets. Rangers were doing their share of dumb turnovers the entire game. This one just happens to go. It's a bad drop pass, like right over the blue line. Hayes takes it, goes in, shoots. I think he shot low glove. I think it was low glove on Bobrovsky. And the Rangers take the lead 1-0. And it seems like this is starting to turn into a pattern where the Rangers get a goal, the other team responds, and the Rangers can't keep up with their response. They just collapse. And it's happening a lot, and their defense is, their defense, which is supposed to be their greatest asset this season, is looking like their greatest weakness. I'm not so sure how much of that is really like the personnel's problem, or do they have a weaker defense than they did? They don't. I think the problem is that you got guys on different pairings every single night. Night one, you had McDonough and Shattenkirk. Night two, that was removed. That's done. Now you have McDonough with Stahl. Night three, then you have McDonough with Holden. Now you have McDonough with D'Angelo. And, that translates through the second pairing and the third pairing. And so whether you like it or not, I mean, all throughout training camp, all throughout practices, McDonough was paired with Shattenkirk coming into the season. They lost the first game against Colorado. It was not good. But do you really think one loss, a 4-2 loss against a Colorado who had Varlamov playing out of his mind, is that really enough to break up your pairing immediately? I try and have a lot of faith in the coaching staff to know better than I do as a fan, as someone who just watches, the games and keeps up here and there with practices and whatnot. I try and understand like what they're doing, what their decisions are. Like last year with Buchnevich, sitting him for half the season, they never really disclosed what his injuries were, if he had any at all. A lot of times it looked like he was a healthy scratch for Tanner Glass. Whether that's true or not, he might have been hiding an injury. That's kind of the benefit of the doubt sort of statement people are giving him. But, this year it's really hard. I mean, it's hard because it's like, I don't, as someone who's played a lot of sports, and if you played sports as well, that like you develop chemistry with people. It's pretty obvious. And, you know, just to split that up, I mean, you're not giving yourself the best chance. One day of practicing with a new partner. I mean, McDonough has been paired with every single other Ranger defenseman, which we have 7. Well, we had 8 at one point, which didn't make any sense. We were running 7 defensemen most of the time, which is insane. Because guess what? Our forwards aren't that good. Like, I mean, I guess that would be a reason to run 7 defensemen, but not in this case, because our problem with our forwards is they look really lackadaisical right now. They don't really look very into it. But, when you have these guys being paired with different guys every single night, of course they're not going to feel comfortable, and of course they're going to do stupid things like turn over the puck and do these little, finesse plays that maybe would work with another guy. If McDonough's reading that, Shaddy might be over here, let me do a little drop pass here, or maybe like whip it around here. That doesn't work when you have, Nick Holden paired with him and he's going, I don't know what the hell you're doing. And, I guess one of the arguments is Shattenkirk isn't good enough to be paired against top pairing defensemen. That could be true, but prove it. Let's see it. We're already losing games. We might as well lose games and learn something while we're doing it. I don't see the point. I thought Henrik was good. Henrik was really good the whole game. He gets the Jackets score their first goal. on a pretty weak shot by Seth Jones. Zibanejad's trying really hard, gets over there, hits off of his shin, and ricochets like it ricochets to the right post, and then it was a nice shot on a deflection, although it was unintentional. Um, so that's that's the goal for Columbus, the first goal, and that kind of changes the whole tone of the game. From then on out, I thought Columbus really drove play, um, and it all culminated in that Panarin goal. Blue Jackets fans, that's got to feel pretty good seeing Panarin slice up the Rangers D like Swiss cheese and rip it on Lundqvist. That was a sick goal. And then at the end of the game, they scored an empty netter or whatever. So yeah, that was game number whatever. I think it was 5, and it was pretty bad. And now the Rangers, if they lose tonight against the Devils, personally, I feel like now the coaching staff needs to be under some serious pressure. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if there's any coach that can replace Landvigneault. I don't hate AV. I think he's pretty good, but I'm not so sure about Lindy Ruff. There's some stories about him, the way he's dealt with young players. No coach is going to be perfect, and to a lot of the media and the fans and stuff, we don't see they're with each other 24/7. They see how these guys act in the hotel lobby. They see how they act at breakfast, lunch, dinner. They see how they're acting at practice. If they have sprains and stuff, if they have injuries that aren't being disclosed. It's hard for us to really comment on things when we don't have full information. But anyway, hopefully the Rangers win against the Devils and rally. But right now, I'm looking at the score and they're down 1-3. So not looking good. Anyway, guys, see you next time.